Good morning, my friends. It's me, Militant Ginger, on a very, very rainy Monday, the 26th of March 2017. I noticed my facial furniture has gone. I shaved off my beard, and immediately I was like, I immediately regret this decision. So I'm going to grow it back. Don't worry. Anyway, interesting to see your face. And I've definitely got a baby face, but it's not quite so puffy as it was. I am late for work, got tons of stuff to do today, so I'm going to just knock out a quick video because I had something I wanted to talk to you about. Today was exciting because I weighed myself. I know it's a Monday, not a Friday. I was 179.3 pounds. So, kind of optimistically, woo, in the 170s. I don't think that's a fair or official weigh, so I'm going to wait until Friday and weigh myself in properly. The reason I reached that is because I tried something new this weekend. As you know, the last 2 weeks I've had my Friday weigh-ins. 2 weeks ago I was 180.1, I think, and last week I was 181.5. So definitely my weight loss had stalled. After 5 weeks of consistent, like 1.5 pounds lost every single week, I had hit a plateau. And I've been doing a lot of research about this, and Pretty Ugly Beautiful, who's a fellow IF warrior, I basically said, you know, it's down to calories in, calories out, and I had been eating too much in the evenings during my feeding window, and that's true, because I'd normally come home from work, I would feed the kids and eat with the kids and have, like, the proper amount of food that I was meant to have, and then the last 2 weeks, every single night, one of our friends had come around and was like, hey, I'm going to bring sushi, or hey, let's get some wings, or stuff like that. So I'd normally eaten twice every single day, which is not good. So definitely, you know, the key to keeping this intermittent fasting going isn't rocket science. I just need to eat properly, so I will do that. But I really felt like I needed something just to give it a kick in the arse. So I've been researching doing longer fasts, and I've been researching 5-day fasts. And I kind of shied away from that whole thing because, you know, you've got it in your head. It's like, 5-day fast, you're starving yourself, you go into starvation mode. That's not healthy. Once you do the research, it turns out it's the complete opposite. Like, the science is pretty concrete that having an occasional 5-day fast where you only drink water and like coffee for 5 days is really, really super healthy. It reboots your immune system, it protects you against cancer, it helps you shed body fat, it makes you more alert, it can fight like dementia and Parkinson's disease. So I'm definitely going to try that at some point. I had actually originally planned to go from today, Monday, through to Friday and do a 5-day fast, because I thought, you know, if I'm at work, that's going to make it fairly easy and sustainable. What actually happened is on Saturday, it was one of my best friend's birthdays, and we were all going to go to Manhattan to this place called the Beetle Bar downtown, which is this Tim Burton themed bar, which is super cool. And, you know, getting into Manhattan, the trains were delayed. It was going to be a pain in the ass anyway, so I was like, you know what, I'll just volunteer to drive. If I'm driving Manhattan, I don't want to have any alcohol in me at all, because it's terrifying enough if I'm 100% sober. So it's like, well, okay, I'm going to drive my friends into the bar. I'm not going to be drinking. I'm not drinking, there's no point in eating, because I'm a pretentious asshole, so I like to drink wine and beer and cocktails while I'm eating delicious gourmet food. So I'm like, if I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to eat. And I'm like, well, if the highlight of my weekend is something which I'm not going to eat and not going to drink, why not just not eat and drink all day? Why not just not eat and drink all weekend? And so that's what I ended up doing. So from 10 PM on Friday through to 5 PM on Sunday, which is 42 hours, I fasted. And actually, first of all, it was fine. It was no big deal at all. Second of all, it was actually, I think, a positive thing. So especially the Saturday night when I drove us into Manhattan, you know, but we got there about 9 o'clock, so it was getting kind of late, and, you know, I was super focused and alert all day. It was actually easy. Okay, let me back up, go through the whole day. Woke up Saturday morning, you know, in my typical thing, I get up pretty early, and I went to the gym, and I murdered my shoulders. It was great. It felt fantastic. After that, my Firebird broke down on the drive home, so I spent pretty much all day underneath the dashboard trying to fix that. Haven't quite managed it yet, but I was there. So by the time I had finished fucking around, excuse my expression, with my car, it was already 4 or 5 So fed the kids, and that was the only time it got difficult because we ordered the kids some pizza because they deserved it. It was the weekend, and I was just like, I want to eat all this pizza, get in my belly, but I didn't. Then it was time to go and pick up my friends, so I drove, picked up my friends. We drove into the city. We got to the bar about 9 o'clock, and they all drank these amazing cocktails. They do this big fishbowl cocktails and berry cocktails. I've been there once before, and it's really good. And I just drank seltzer water. It was interesting though, because as soon as I go in, like, there are these drunken guys who are like, look, it's some guy in a suit and 3 hot ladies. Yo, you want shots? And it's interesting. And I mean, I guess you're in a bar, so people expect you to drink, but it's interesting just how insistent people are that you drink. So in the end I didn't. It was fine. I enjoyed it, but we rolled out of there at about 12 o'clock, and I'm not going to lie, my friends were kind of in a bit of a state. So it was kind of nice that I was stone cold sober, so I could like wrangle them together. And then by the time I'd driven them home and dropped them all off one after the other, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. So if I had had food in my system, or if I'd had any alcohol in my system, I would have been falling asleep at that point. But I was fine. So really, by the time I got home, my wife was like woke up and we hung out, which is nice. 4 o'clock, I probably got to sleep. 6 o'clock in the morning, boing, had to get out of bed again. Again, with the intermittent fasting, that means I didn't have any food in my digestive system, so my brain could put all of that energy into my head. So it was a little rough getting out of bed, but got out of bed. Got my 2 boys together, and we went back into Manhattan by train to meet up with a friend of mine and do some filming in Times Square. That was cool. I'd say I had one point of difficulty in the morning because I promised my kids Dunkin' Donuts on the train, and they were eating their delicious looking sandwiches, and I was just like, oh my god, those look good. Oh, my little micro militant, sorry, who's my 5-year-old, he had this ciabatta sandwich with bacon and ham. Oh, this looks so good. Anyway, I didn't eat anything, I just had black coffee. Got in Manhattan, hung around in Times Square for a bit, then we went to Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. Then the next time I had a little wobbly patch, I took them to McDonald's. I know you probably think I'm a horrible parent. I've given my kids so far pizza, Dunkin' Donuts, and McDonald's in the space of a week. It was the weekend, we were having fun, okay. Some kids at McDonald's. They only ate about half their McDonald's because they're small kids, and I have to admit, normally I'd have just been like, oh, you've left that food, let me just wolf it down. It looked so good, even though it's so bad for you. It looked so good, but I resisted. Got home, and then I would have probably continued this as a 5-day or even a 7-day fast, except one of our buddies was coming over for dinner, so I was like, you know, screw it. I had 2 days. That's fair enough. So I had to wait until 5 o'clock. I will say that those last 2 hours were rough, were really rough. I really wanted to eat, but I managed to resist until 5 o'clock. When my feeding window opened again, and I did try not to go nuts. I was really hungry, so I had hummus and chips, and we had chicken wings and fries, so nothing very particularly healthy. A couple of beers and a glass of whiskey, but I didn't go nuts. And I fell asleep pretty early because I was so tired because I hadn't slept all weekend. And this morning, popped out of bed. I thought it was fair to weigh myself since I had, you know, eaten again. It wasn't like I was still in a fasted state. And I was 179.3 pounds. 22.1% body fat, which is the lowest I've been so far, and 41% muscle, which is the highest I've been so far. So far I have reached, you know, the pinnacle of where I am in intermittent fasting. I don't think it's fair to say like that this is officially where I'm at, because obviously when you fast, your body then refuels itself. So I think over the next few days I'm going to like normalize. Friday we're going to see where I am. I'm going to try and eat sensibly for the rest of the days of this week. See how it goes. But this is good. I hit a plateau. I've busted through that plateau. Let's keep on going. As far as longer term fasts go, I would like, just out of scientific curiosity, to try a 5-day fast. And I think maybe occasionally having like a 48-hour fast isn't a bad idea. I don't think it's something that's like sustainable I want to do on a hugely regular basis. But anyway, that's the story of me. So now I'm going to get back into work. Got a whole day's work lined up, whole week's work lined up. Kind of dreading it, but you know, I'm getting there. So keep watching out for the beard. That's going to come back, and I will keep you updated. I'll probably make a couple of videos before then, but Friday is going to be the next official weigh-in. Let's see where I am. Right, cheerio guys, speak to you later.